Hey, it's Andryanna here. Welcome back to The Juggle is Real. Today I've got something special for you. I was trying to think about what support I could provide because I've been feeling it, like let's be honest, this time of year it's pretty chaotic, and I know that if I'm feeling it, so many of you are as well. And even just today, before sitting down at my mic, I was having that feeling of like, I need to take some deep breaths. Like I can't get a deep breath in. And so I did actually took my yoga mat out. I spent a few minutes doing that. So now I've got a beautiful, full rib cage of oxygen or whatever you would say. But truly, this time of year really is this crunch. It feels like Halloween ended like a second ago. And now we're like thrown into the holiday season. I'm telling you, I still have a jack-o'-lantern on my front porch. I am not ready for the holidays yet. I don't know how you feel. I do. I love the holiday season, but it's a lot. It's a lot. You might have, Q4 work demands. The year is wrapping up. We got daylight savings thrown in. It's taking us out of our routines. The kids might be a little bit out of whack because, their times have shifted. And it can just feel like there is too much going on and too much on our plates. And so with this busy fall season right in full swing, it's easy to feel like you're barely keeping your head above the water, you're just treading. But I have some good news for you because there are some easy ways that we can release some of this mental load and physical load. So I'm going to share 5 small and simple hacks that you can start today and start using right now to lessen that load and feel more in control. You heard me right. Even as the year end hustle begins, these strategies are not just quick fixes. You don't just have to use them at this time of year. They're really rooted in research and practicality and things that can really make a difference in how you feel, in your energy levels, how you're showing up. And it's just going to help you overall. So let's dive in. Hey, I'm Andryanna, and this is the Juggle is Real podcast. As I share my ongoing journey from experiencing burnout to leading a more mindful and intentional life with better balance, I hope you feel seen, that you realize your worth, lighten your load, and prioritize your own needs. As we hear from leading experts and well-known faces in the wellness, entrepreneurship, education, and motherhood space, I hope you gain insights, proven practices, and learn actionable tools to help you enjoy the juggle of work, family, and everything in between with a little less stress and a lot more ease, joy, and fun. Most of all, I hope you find what you need to simplify, streamline, and supercharge your own journey of better balance and self-love. Are you with me? Let's get started. Before we get into the episode, I wanted to share something that has been really helpful for me lately around the home. So we all know that fall brings the fun with the crunchy leaves, the cozy sweaters, the pumpkin spice, but let's be real. Fall also brings the mess. My kids truck in dirt and mud from school and hockey, and my dog, well, let's just say he is contributing to the mess too. And that is where the new Dyson Wash G1 has become my lifesaver. So picture this. It is a wet, dry cleaner that tackles both wet and dry messes at the same time. Yes, one roller washes, the other finishes, and it leaves nothing behind. So whether it is tough stains or dry debris, the product does it all in a single pass. I don't have to stop and deal with dirty water or tangled rollers. It cleans itself as it goes. Honestly, it's like having an extra set of hands. And for those of us who love efficiency, my hand is up. It glides effortlessly around furniture and can even get into those hard to reach spaces, making my cleanup routine so much faster. So if you're looking to save time and tackle the messes that fall brings, check out the Dyson Wash G1, which is available directly at dysoncanada.ca. Because when it comes to the fall hustle, efficiency is key, and this beauty lets me get back to what really matters, which is enjoying more fun moments with my family. And now let's get to the episode. Okay, here we are. We're in November or whatever time of year you're listening. And I've got those 5 simple hacks to support you and to lessen that load to help you feel in more control. So, really quickly, I'm going to go into all 5 of these points, but they are: number 1, forget about perfection. 2, add free space to your calendar. Number 3, use the 1 minute or 1 touch rule. Number 4, do a priority purge. And number 5, practice a 5-minute midday reset. Okay, so what does all of this mean? Number 1, I think it's really important to mention this because when I say to help us feel in more control, I don't want my recovering perfectionists like me. I don't want you listening and saying, okay, yeah, I have to have complete control at all times. Otherwise, things are going to go awry. Not what I'm saying, because it's impossible. It's impossible. So tip number 1 is to forget about perfection. Okay, so this is a big one, forgetting about perfection. I need to be reminded of this one time and time again. If you've ever found yourself chasing this elusive idea of having everything just right or quote unquote perfect balance, I hate to be the bearer of this news, but it does not exist. Perfection is impossible. And in fact, striving for perfection is a huge contributor to stress and burnout because no matter how hard you try, you will just never get there. You will never reach it. You may know Dr. Brene Brown. We love Dr. Brene Brown. And in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, she says, quote, perfectionism is not the same thing as striving to be your best. Perfectionism is the belief that if we live perfectly, look perfect, and act perfect, we can avoid the pain of blame, judgment, and shame. Wow. Okay. Perfectionism is not the same thing as striving to be your best. So when I say recovering perfectionist, it's not like complete, like I don't care about anything. I absolutely do. I put effort into all of the things that are really important. However, I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid to say sorry if I have to say sorry. And I'm not avoiding that fear of what other people think or of feeling that shame. So it hit home for me. I don't know how you feel about it, but truly, and I say this from the bottom of my heart, the more we try to meet this impossible standard, the more overwhelmed we feel, and worse, it actually makes us feel like we're falling short no matter what. So here's a hack. So instead of chasing perfection, aim for good enough. Okay. It can be good enough and you can move on. So you can give yourself the permission to be human, like me, like everyone around you. We are all human. We are all on this journey of learning and evolving, and we're going to get it wrong sometimes. We're going to go through the process of, figuring it out. So when things don't go perfectly, hint, they never do, whether it's a house that's a little bit messy, or it's a project at work that didn't go quite as planned, or maybe it's, you're ordering gifts for the holidays and something doesn't arrive on time, or you don't have the perfect bow tying technique on your gifts that you're wrapping. Remind yourself that done is better than perfect and it's good enough, and move on. So that's tip number 1 to help you feel more in control. Forget about perfection. Tip number 2 is to add some free space in your calendar. Okay. And I know what you might be thinking, like, okay, how? Like the calendar jammed. It is a pact. There is no room to breathe in there. And that is why I feel like things are out of control. I get it. But can we talk about your calendar just for a minute? Because if you're like me, your November calendar probably looks like a battle plan. There's deadlines, the kids' activities. Hey, we are heading on a hockey tournament. I am recording this from home. I have the laundry going, so you might be hearing the washing machine in the background, the dishwasher's a ticking. There's lots on the go. And of course, we know the holiday prep, right? That's looming. You might be already into it. But here's the thing. You need free space in there. So what I would love for you to do right now is deliberately block out some time for yourself. So whether it's 15 minutes to grab a coffee, to take a walk, do something, or absolutely nothing, this is what creates that mental flexibility and what gives you the breathing room. So don't just believe me, don't just take my word for it. In the book, 10x is easier than 2x. Really great read, by the way. The authors, Dr. Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan, talk about how high achievers actually perform better when they have more free space in their schedules. Okay. So when I'm saying to block out time, I'm not saying like you're wasting time and now you're going to be behind. White space is not wasted time. It's actually like so crucial, so essential for creativity. So if you need to come up with ideas, or if you need to have that flexibility, it's essential for problem solving. So if you think like, there's an issue, there's a problem, there's something that's looming and you can't quite figure it out, giving yourself that free space might help you solve that problem or feel better about it. And of course, we need that recovery. We need both physical and mental recovery. Um, you know, and we're not all professional athletes. However, I can tell you that athletes, when they train, they purposely block out the recovery time because they know it makes them perform better when that time comes. So I can personally vouch for the white space. Whenever I block out small pockets of time for myself, I can come back more focused and really feel more ready to tackle the next thing on my to-do list. And that's why I shared right before recording this episode, I was feeling a little frazzled. I was like, hey, I got to record this episode. It's got to get edited. We got to upload it. I've got a list of deadlines here for some things happening for the holidays. I mentioned we're leaving for a hockey tournament. I'm going to have kids here, there, and everywhere. We're packing. We're doing all the things. We want to be prepared. I just needed to pause and get that deep breathing in, really just remind myself what's important. At the end of the day, the things will get done, but it's going to feel better if I can breathe. Like what? Like if you can't take a deep breath, not really fair to yourself or those around you to hustle harder. So taking that pause, adding that white space is going to be really, really helpful. So speaking of creating space, you might know that I designed the Juggle is Real Authentic Self-Care Planner with this exact idea in mind. The planner can help you make those small commitments to yourself and actually help you schedule that guilt-free self-care and create that white space without feeling like you're compromising in your life. So you can grab one on Amazon. There's a link in the notes for this podcast episode to keep yourself accountable and really make sure you're taking care of you. At the end of the day, the bottom line really is if you can sit down and block out some space and really stick to it, doesn't have to be huge pockets of time, but add that white space. It's going to kind of act as this sort of mind hack because you can be more efficient and really, double down and focus when you need to. With that, knowing that you do have that free space coming up, that there are going to be pockets where you can, stop, regulate, and come back to yourself. So add some free space to your calendar, even when it's a really busy time. That leads us to tip number 3, which is to use the 1-minute rule or the 1-touch rule. And this is really a hack that's going to help you instantly declutter your mind, take away some of that mental load, the things that are weighing on you, the things that you sort of like wake up. It's like right before you're about to fall asleep. And then you're like, oh, I forgot that. Or, oh, I have to do this. And then it causes the stress. So the 1-minute rule or the 1-touch rule, here's how it works. If something takes you less than a minute to complete, something like hanging up your coat when you walk in the door, or responding to an email when it comes in because you know the response and it doesn't have to be lengthy. It can be a quick response. Just do it right away. By handling these tiny tasks in real time with 1 touch under 1 minute, you prevent them from building up and overwhelming you later. So it's kind of like that future self thing, right? I know I've shared it before on the podcast, but it's like, I want to wake up to a fresh cup of coffee. What's going to support me? I'm going to take the 1 minute now to get the coffee ready at night. Even though I'm feeling tired, even though I probably just cleaned up from dinner, I'd rather just go chill. I'm going to spend 1 minute programming my coffee for the next morning. So then it's done. So I don't have to worry about it. When my alarm goes off in the morning, I feel comforted knowing that it is done. And it's amazing how this can affect you, how this just takes a couple things off your plate. You can relax your shoulders a little bit more. You can focus on what really matters because you don't have a million tiny tasks that have been adding up. One thing that always happens around here that I'm going to be really mindful about in November is what I like to call the pile. It's like a little corner on my counter where the bills go, the school forms, the random little things that don't really have a place, or you set your gloves or you set your sunglasses. And then before you know it, it's like this gigantic pile of stuff. And when I look at it, I feel the chaos. I see the clutter. It's not only looks bad, but it makes me feel bad. So the same thing goes for tasks like, I know it's folding laundry or making your bed or just tidying up things. Once you touch it, handle it. And by not letting the small things accumulate, you feel less stressed. So trust me on this one. Try the 1 minute rule. It is magic. It will change your life and you'll be surprised at how much mental space it frees up. Just takes a minute, just one touch. That brings us to tip number 4. This falls into my pillars of well-being for discard, and it is to do a priority purge. So this is what I like to call the November discard purge. Here's how it works. I want you to take 10 to 15 minutes today or tomorrow, as soon as possible, to review what's on your plate. Look at your commitments, decide what's actually important to you. What is it that's going to align with your values right now in this November holiday, very busy season? What's going to help you and support you with your goals? What's going to help you and make you feel supported for the rest of the year? And then this is the key. What can you discard or let go of? Just for now, not forever, just for now. Okay. So this can be something small like ordering groceries online just for these next few weeks instead of going to the store and parking and dealing with holiday traffic and doing it yourself and all of the things. Or something bigger, like maybe you're going to set up a boundary, some type of a family boundary, or maybe you're going to send an email to the PTA and let them know that you can't volunteer at the Christmas concert this year. Maybe it is skipping a social event or, assigning yourself a bedtime. It could be things that maybe you typically like or that don't bother you so much, but in this very busy time might be hurting you more than it's helping you. This could be reducing your alcohol intake or removing alcohol or excessive caffeine just for the next few weeks. Going to bed a little bit earlier, it helps you so much. Greg McEwen in his book, Essentialism, talks about the power of doing less, but doing it better. So by using this pillar, this discard pillar, and releasing the non-essentials, we really free up space, we free up energy for what truly matters. And this is where you might be able to get a little bit of that white space in your calendar to tap into those moments of flexibility, of self-care, of catching up on the things that mean more to you. So remember, when we're doing this priority purge for November or into December, this isn't about giving up things forever. It is not goodbye. It is just so long. It's about making those temporary adjustments that allow you to feel more in control during this busy time. Okay. So tip number 4, can you spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes today doing that priority purge? And tip number 5, our final tip, this is a beauty. Okay. We're ending with a bang. I would love for you to practice a 5-minute midday reset. Okay. So let's talk about something I love. I know we talk about the morning routines. We know how important that is. We know that the end of the day, the evening ritual is also super important for setting yourself up for the next day. But I am a big believer in taking a small pause in the middle of the day, especially when life gets crazy. Okay. So this can be that mental, physical reset, whatever works for you. Okay. So even if you're at your desk, I hope you're taking your lunch break. But if not, if things are that crazy, you feel like you can't take a lunch break, take 5 minutes, get up, stretch your body, take some deep breaths. You do a quick walk around the block. Can you do some deep breathing? Can you think of some things you're grateful for? Can you do that midday reset? You know, meditation expert, Thich Nhat Hanh. This is a great quote. You may have heard it. It's that you should meditate for an hour every day. Unless you're too busy, then you should meditate for 2 hours. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's incredible. But I mean, in this very busy season of life, let's be real. Maybe it's not 2 hours, but can you take 5 minutes in the middle of your day? It truly can be enough to reset your mind, calm and regulate your nervous system so that you can go into the rest of your day. And here's a simple exercise you can try. We can do this right now. Let's close our eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth and try to make it audible. Now, my mic's not going to pick up on this, but inhale deeply. Try to get air to the very bottom of your belly. Hold it, pause, and now release it. Exhale slowly through your mouth. And if you can, make it audible. Do one more. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Get that air into your rib cage, into the bottom of your belly. Hold it. And now exhale audibly. Don't feel silly. I'm going to do it with you. Okay. I'm here with you. Being weird. It's okay. It makes you feel better. In yoga, they call this lion's breath. And if you want, you can stick out your tongue. You can take your eyes and look to your third eye. It's that place right in between your eyebrows. And really make it that exhale, roar with that exhale. I promise you, it's going to help you feel better. Notice how your body feels after that 5 minutes or even after those 3 deep breaths. You can stretch your arms overhead. You can roll your shoulders back. Take one more breath. And it's really that small but super powerful way to center yourself in the midst of a busy day. You can do this in between meetings or in between, hectic things, before you get into the car to pick up your kids or, before hockey or after hockey or whatever your extracurricular things are or whatever you're doing. It works wonders. So tip number 5, you got your morning, maybe you got your evening, but practice that 5-minute midday reset. So there you have it. 5 simple research-backed hacks to help you lessen the mental and physical load in this very busy month, this very busy season. And I'm going to summarize it for you really quickly. We're going to go through that list one more time. Number 1, hitting it off with a bang. Let go of the idea of perfection. Number 2, add that free space to your calendar now. Number 3, use the 1 minute or 1 touch rule. Number 4, do that priority purge, discard, even just for a short period of time. And number 5, practice the 5-minute midday reset. And I don't want to sound trite and I don't want to sound like a cliche and go like, you got this, mama, because I know like there's a lot of balls that we're juggling right now and it's not going to go perfectly and things are going to happen. But even during the very busiest seasons of life and of the year, you have the power to take back control and feel a better sense of harmony in your life. If you like these tips, if you want to dive deeper into your self-care journey, do not forget about the Juggle is Real Authentic Self-Care Planner. You can get it on Amazon. Link in the notes for this podcast episode to grab it. And if you have a friend or someone you know that's going through all of the things right now, I urge you, I invite you to share it with them. Share it to your socials. You can always tag me on Instagram. I will reshare. I will comment. My handle is Andryanna G. That's ANDRYANNAG. And I want to thank you for tuning in. This is your first step to feeling that better balance, to feel like you're in more control during this very hectic season. And I truly cannot wait to hear how these tips have helped you. So feel free to reach out. You can slide right into those DMs on Instagram. You can send me an email. It's in the notes for the podcast episode. And truly, truly stay kind to yourself. Give yourself that grace. And as cliche as it sounds, I promise you are doing great. Until the next episode, take good care.